Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Thank you for joining me today. Talking about something really important. A lot of people have sent me this video about Roman Atwood. Never even heard of this guy. And I'm like, oh, let me take a look. 15 million subscribers. Like, holy shit. So started digging in a little bit. Don't know a ton about Roman Atwood except for this video. And I'm gonna dissect it in real time with you guys like I normally do, react to it. Something tells me it's a lot about they had some craziness going on because of their platform and their fame. So honestly, have not even seen it. We're gonna go through it together. Before we do that, what do? We have to throw a basketball. And who are we gonna throw a basketball for? Stephanie Evans, you're one of my Patreons. This one's for you. Oh, we're getting there. Let's get right to this thing. This guy's got another vlog, just 10 million, I guess he does, okay, so Roman Atwood is a guy who does tons of pranks apparently on YouTube. Like, he got hugely viral on so many of his pranks. He's got a Roman Atwood channel, 10.4 million subscribers, 1 billion views. This guy makes bank. Like, damn, lots of cash rolling here. And so I'm looking for his channel. They came out with a video that says, forced off of YouTube, the full FBI story, which is what we're gonna get into now. And this is the vlog, the Roman Atwood vlog. So he's got a different channel with 15 million subscribers. So this guy has a channel with 10 million and one with 15 million, and equally, so the one with 15 million has 5 billion views. Okay, so this guy makes millions of dollars on YouTube and probably advertising subscribers. But if you go to his Roman Atwood vlogs, it's basically your basic family vlogging bullshit. That's, you know, maybe he's cool. I think he plays a lot of tech gadgets and remote control cars. And they talk about GTRs, racing. Like, it sounds like they're like into, you know, sports and extreme sports. And his wife is definitely made of plastic, and, you know, whatever floats your boat, that's good for you. And I get it. But, you know, obviously they use their kids, but it doesn't, you know, in the end, I really don't think it looks like that they use their kids like a normal family vlog uses their kids. It's still really focused on Roman, I guess, and his wife. I don't see a lot about their kids' privacies, just, you know, just the Christmas stuff. Like, as I go through here, a lot about him and his wife. I don't see anything super inappropriate about their kids, except for the fact that they're, like, obviously Hollywood fake, right? They're just super fake, which is, you know, to each their own. If you're living your life, live your life. But so nothing insane. I think they probably prank their kids a lot, which a lot of us know is not cool. I guess his wife going through boob jobs and doing it on, yeah, her big decision to get big breast implants, and, you know, just stuff that, you know, do you really want your kids to see this as you get older? I guess if you have $100 million, your kids don't really have to worry about their futures. I get it. So don't know a ton about him, but as I'm going through it, he seems like one of those guys that probably has a pretty decent fan base of men. Right? Not a lot of exploitation of their children. It's really about them, but their kids are obviously in it, which, you know, I don't like. And I don't think that their kids are the focus. I don't think that's what brings people to their yard. So not that big of a deal. So this video we're going to get into, I don't know why it's taken 800 years to download, but this video we're about to get into is about why they went off the internet. Apparently they were wealthy as all get out and then just disappeared. But as I'm looking through their videos, and I'm going through their sort by newest, actually, sort by most popular is their season 1, episode 1, 43 million views. And then Caught on 360 Cam is his wife looking at her boobs. Water condom challenge. Yeah, just nothing. It's not really about their kids. But if they went off, let me see. So the 5 months ago, 1 year ago. So they went off a year ago and then it looks like they took 5 months off. That make sense? No, it looks like they took 7 months off and then came back. So I guess that's what the video we're about to dissect is, what happened there. So let me just finish downloading this freaking video and we'll get to it. So let's get right into the vlog here. I mean, this guy sounds like he's pretty cool, to be honest with you. So, I mean, just except for the kids thing. But yeah, I think there's a lot of people asking me to look at this. So I want to look at it and watch it with you guys. It's really long, so you guys don't care. So I guess his whole concept is to be comedy and pranking so that you should smile more. Because smiling is the way to awesome.
Hi, buddy. Here he is, Mr. Knox. Hey, you want to see yourself? Look.
Yo, it's a brand new baby. Kid can't see 13 centimeters in front of his eyeballs. Can't see. It's all blobs. That's all blobs.
Who's that?
Pretty cute, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Who is that? Hey, guys. Okay, guys. This is a tough one. It's an exciting one, though. Like, it's like a wall that we need to break down in order to be us again. This video is that wall. This is...
As I looked at his thing, I saw that he had been vlogging, so it's not like he can't, it's not like this is his first video back. So a lot of people were like, this is his first video back. I don't know, maybe they're just looking for, I guess we'll find out.
We can't have fun and be us without making this video right here. This is kind of like what we've been dying to make for a while.
Made a lot of money on this vlog, and it's up for like days and started to get millions of hits, so yeah, I get it.
Excited to make this video. But it's like we have to kind of relive what's been going on, so we need to talk about it, we need to explain to you guys, and it's not really stuff that we want.
It's gonna be another one of those family vloggers that just talk. Don't get to the point and say we've been, I hope not.
Rethink about, so it's gonna be tough.
Ugh.
The super
Get to it.
obvious question is, why have you guys literally disappeared? It wasn't like, hey guys, we're gonna take 2020 off. It was like we disappeared.
They didn't. They only went away for like 6 months.
Hardest things, we've been on YouTube for 12 years. And for us to just vanish it's serious. We have left out of the fear of our life. Literally.
The safety of our kids, like our house, our everything we have.
Most of you know, at the end of the day, we're just a family. Like, we are literally a mom and dad with our kids, and nothing is more...
I just want to say this about family vloggers and vloggers in general. You're not just a family. You are a family that is like a television family. There's nothing normal about vlogging families. Okay, there's no normality in their lives when you're videoing boob jobs and all that stuff, that putting everything out there for I get it. You make a ton of money and that's it. But it's not normal. Don't say we're a normal family when you're not. I don't know this guy very much. I'm just saying. Don't project that when you're an influencer.
Important. And then the safety of our family. When the safety of our family comes into play, it's family.
That I agree with. So something tells me obviously something went down. Their money-making powerhouse machine is down. Something is up. So I respect him for saying that. That it's like, you know, and a lot of family vloggers, I do believe that every family vlogger, that if a real danger actually were to occur, that they would do probably what he did, which is shut the shit down. And if they didn't, dangerous. And I know that LeBrant and Weiss and Kendall, Rich, and all these people who bait, you know, Kendall who baits predators, clearly doesn't have the same type of situation as this. A lot of them will use it for content, which is that's what he's doing here. But let's hear it.
So we left YouTube out of the fear for our family. So I
said that.
Leave over fear. Why would somebody on YouTube for 12 years just disappear off YouTube? It would have to be so serious. Like,
you said this twice. Come on, man.
YouTubers in general have to deal with certain things. That's part of the sword. It's a double-edged sword. There's a lot of good, and then it comes with just certain things. It's part of our career paths. Being on YouTube for 12 years, you understand the difference between like harassment, mean comments, and then another side where you have to leave YouTube. That's a big difference. Terrifying stuff. Like, to the point I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So how do we explain to you, who've been literally waiting over a year now, for us to explain to you what's been going on? How do we explain that properly? And I've been thinking about this so much. That's what I'm attempting to do right now. So
could have cut all that out and just start here.
Bear with me. We have to relive some bad memories here. We have to kind of go down this path that we're trying to get out of, so that we can help you guys understand. I
want to say something. Never, if the thing has been solved and you're back, don't have to tell anybody anything. I mean, you could just, it sounds like they're just over dramatizing it just for you know, to make it longer, first of all, and to just like, can we be real though for a second? Every part of your story doesn't have to be shared with everybody. You can just say, look, it's part of the thing we don't really want to talk about, and I'm sure your fans will respect that. A lot of them think that they feel like they owe everybody something, but then when someone calls them out, you know, they don't owe you anything. Right? It's just so weird how they're like, well, you want this juicy stuff, but if you want us to answer hard questions, F you. I'm not saying these guys do that. I'm just saying most, you know, Ace of Moss.
Justification of why we left YouTube. And hopefully when we're done, you'll know that we left because we had to leave.
Okay.
We've been dealing with, this is like, it's been going on a long time, guys. Long time. And we knew when it elevated to a certain level of just like, we have to literally leave the internet.
He said this 4.5 times already. I know that people wanted me to watch this. I get frustrated at this because we're at 3 minutes and 41 seconds of this 15-minute vlog, and they said the same 3 things for the entire intro of this vlog. Just get to the story, please.
Because it's so scary, so I'm going to just throw a whole bunch of stuff at you.
And it was taking our time. It was taking all day to resolve things and
Really
call
difficult.
people and just literally sit and worry and worry.
We've been dealing with some extremely scary stalkers.
Okay.
I don't mean like the stalkers that just kind of call your phone, they get a hold of your number and they're calling you and
They drive past your house. Like,
prank
not
phone.
like-
You know, if someone drives past your house as a stalker, that's scary as shit. So this is about to get crazy, I think.
Balls.
It's like has targeted us for literally just harassment 24/7.
Extreme harassment. I'm gonna try to help you guys understand this, okay?
Please.
The stalkers, it turns out, and they're so scary.
Just.
I want you to imagine that you have to have a funeral for somebody that you love. These stalkers bomb threaded a funeral.
To where literally we had to have like the FBI there.
Like the FBI's at the funeral because of these people. And this is like a fraction of what they're doing. They've done...
And honestly, if the FBI is truly at this person's funeral, like that's a legit threat that they have information and data on that they think it's going to go down. To me, yeah, I'd be scared out of my effing mind.
Everything from like getting into our life. They've gotten into our literally in our vehicles, like shutting our vehicles on and off, and
How the holy shit? Yeah. What?
powering them on and off, and
Setting the alarm off while we're just sitting at home with their kid.
She's dealing with hackers. Not like, I think I don't know if I'm confused if they went to their cars in their house and were turning them on and off, or hacked into these, because it's obviously vehicles are connected now to Wi-Fi. Cars are becoming way more and more technologically advanced, and they're with apps on phones. So someone hacked his vehicles. Yeah, I'd be scared.
like the alarm in our house. They turned the power off to our home. This home, they turned the power off
Holy shit.
in the middle of the winter. Like, we have kids, like we have a family. That mindset to do that to somebody is above and beyond. Like, I can't comprehend it.
I really hope he gets like a holy shit. Why would anybody do that? Is it just because they're famous and they have crazy people coming after them because they're famous? Look, there's YouTube drama, and there's a creator out there who literally spends all of their time trying to dox me and Annie and Will and crazy things, like making up insane lies like I murdered people and all this stuff. And even me, obviously it blows my mind. But it's crazy fans that are doing this, just no beef with people, just fans. That to me is insane. And that right there is where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm hearing you, buddy.
I just cannot comprehend it. It's
just so scary thinking like, okay, now, like, what's next?
This actually happened. I'm driving, like, somewhere. You're just driving. And you get a call from your insurance rep to ask why we canceled our insurance.
Yeah, we were.
Holy shit.
Literally driving without car insurance.
No car insurance. Like illegally driving because this stalkers shut our insurance off. They got in and canceled our policies without us knowing.
Holy shit, how does someone do that? Who are these people?
We would spend days, countless days, not being able to leave the counter because we're on phones with all these companies that we're trying to get our accounts back or trying to prove to them that we're us.
Watch us, or watch like all of our outdoor cameras.
Yeah.
I think that
he'd send pictures of our cameras to our cell phones.
Some crazy, scary shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're connected to Blink and all these other things. What he's dealing with are stalkers who are hackers. Like, oh my gosh, there's beef here. What is going on?
Scary, because like our kids go outside and play, and it's like
the only thing that we could do was like shut down and make sure our kids are safe and make sure like these people aren't coming into our house.
Man, like, first thing I'd do, obviously, is call the FBI and be like, look, if to this level, okay, if they're hacking in, like, you've got to get cybersecurity involved, pay these are wealthy people. You're going to have to, you can hire a hacker that is like, I don't know how you call, what they call these people. They're like integrity hack, like they hack, they're good at hacking, but they do it for good causes, right? I'm just saying, if this happens, like I don't think shutting down a YouTube channel is probably the end all. Obviously, were they being threatened with like shut down YouTube channel or we're gonna kill your kids or something? Like, what? Wow.
These guys would like change our mail. Like we would just get our mail, but instead of saying like Roman Atwood or Brittany Atwood, it would say like abortion bombing clinic. It was always super like dark and evil. It was always like super hateful and super just demented. It was,
oh my gosh,
never like something funny or silly, or it was very, very like just dark.
we would get literally like text, like he had everything. He had our phone numbers, everything. He would literally text us saying like if we don't respond or whatever.
It was always threatening.
It was always very, very threatening.
It's like you'd get a text or like a Discord message or something that would be like,
or
if you
even a
don't,
voicemail.
yeah, voicemails, tons of like, always threatening, like if you don't respond to me, you know, this is a game to me, and then like we would spend all the time to get our numbers changed, like get all it changed, and then instantly he'd text like, you think you can just change your number, or like,
Yeah.
This is crazy. I mean, this guy can get access to their brand new numbers. Who is this? Who can hack into these? This is scary if you realize how connected we are to my cameras on my house. I've got backyard cameras, front yard cameras, Blink cameras, every Amazon, you know, one of these ALEXAs, because I want to say it because she's going to talk. We're all super connected. If this guy is hacking into their entire systems, like, yeah, FBI should be able to get in there, reroute or reverse, find IP addresses, and get a really high level professional, because if they're threatening your family, like, they're gonna leave footprints. It sounds like this is just wow.
you think you can hide, or just super scary, guys. Like when you think of like intrusive, like it's the most intrusive feeling that we've ever had. It's the worst experience we've ever had in our life. Above and beyond like the harassment of like accounts and hacking and stalking, it was like death threats. Like he literally would say, like, he threatened to like hang our whole family on crosses.
Here's what I'm going to ask for, and maybe they're not allowed to show this, but this is a good time for receipts, right? This is like, you want to hit hard with what happened here, and maybe it's because there's a professional investigation or FBI investigation and allowed to show receipts, but you're talking about it, man, I would show those receipts.
Burn our house down.
Very devilish.
I have actual chills talking about this stuff because it's so far beyond our mindsets. You don't know how it feels to have to disappear, guys. The safety of our family, it shouldn't even be a question that that's the most important part of our life. And
yeah, and it sounds like, were people upset with them for leaving? I mean, why didn't they just say, for the safety of our family, we're going to be leaving for a little while? Maybe they, I don't know what's going on, but at the same time, like, do what you got to do. Gives a shit what the internet thinks. Like, your family comes first. Good for you. But don't worry about what everybody else thinks about it. Just do what you got to do.
YouTube and nothing else is more important than that. So it became a point so scared, we're fearing for our lives. Like, we literally have police all around our house all the time. It's at a different level.
Yeah.
Different level of scary. Like I said, there's a big difference between like being a public figure and dealing with what comes with that, and then fearing for your actual life and family. There's a huge gap there, a massive.
I hope they get to this person's been arrested. This is what happened. There's news articles written about this. This is a kind of a big effing deal. This is a big deal. The
seriously like sad truth of all this is that this video could be an hour long. Like, the amount of things that these people have done to us is unbelievably long. Like, it goes on and on at these levels of things. It is scary, scary, creepy stuff. It's all
okay. I mean, we got 3 minutes left here, almost 4 minutes. Tell me that this person's been caught. Give your fans and people who are engrossed in this story, engrossed in you as fans, that you caught the dude. Like, we get it that there's the dramatizing everything. I get it. You want to tell people what happened, but get to it.
It's really, really evil stuff. So it goes on and on and on. And I don't know how deep I want to get into it. I think that
Man, you got deep enough for me. I need to know what's happening next. I get it. Threatening to burn your house down, kill your kids, hang them on crosses. That's all we need to know. You don't really need to get into the deets. We got the deets, bro. What happened? Tell us that your family is safe.
A bigger story to come, but this is at least our way to move on. We finally even get to make this video because, like I've been telling you, like I just kept telling you guys, we just can't make this video yet, but we want to, and there is light at the end of this tunnel.
Thank God.
We're so thankful for the FBI, just above and beyond. It's the only reason we're able to make this video right now and break down this barrier and move on. Like,
I'm not understanding the idea of breaking. What barrier did he break down? Like, they got arrested? Tell your fans who are literally invested in you what happened. I don't understand. Like, is he starting with this because he knows it's going to get huge, and then he's building up to the next big story for clicks? I get it because you're a vlogger, but that doesn't sit with me. That's why I'm saying I hope he gets to the point here that something good happened, like the guy got arrested, is in jail, and tells us about this thing, or is it like, wait for the next story?
You don't know how hard it is for us to, back before we quit YouTube, we were going through all this stuff. You have no idea how hard it is to put that smile on and try to give you my pure energy while this stuff's going on in my life. Things are looking very good. So much in our life has changed, and that there's so many videos that we can make just based on catching you up with our life. And I think that sounds really fun.
Oh my God, are you serious? You're just gonna go through, this guy did all these things, and the FBI went above and beyond, and they're not gonna say anything else?
There's just so much.
There's a lot.
There's so much.
Obviously, we have a new child, which you guys know, but...
Yeah, you know, the scariest time of our life, the most anxiety I've ever had in my life, the most fear I've ever had in my life, is all from these stalkers. And again,
they've been caught.
I'm so thankful for the FBI.
Okay, because?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will have even more to this story.
Not cool. That's all look, I get that they just, okay, let's finish. But
this is our breaking through it. Like, let's get back to having fun. Please, let's get back to having fun. I cannot wait to have fun with you guys and to continue to share our life. And so here's to a fresh start. Season 2, Chapter 2. I know that you understand. Some of you out there will obviously have no clue what I'm even talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking about here. Holy
deal. But I know you understand, and we're so grateful, beyond grateful for you. Thank you so much. We love you. Here's to a fresh start.
So initial was like, okay, scary AF. Remember we went through that story with the, what's her name, who's back now apparently, Katie Sorensen, who told this incredible story, this harrowing story of how she stopped somebody from kidnapping her children. And then we found out it was fake and likely racially motivated because they were in Black Lives Matter hoodies, and she had to shut down her accounts, and the police investigated her. It was just insane. Everybody was watching that. Now, I'm not suggesting that that is what's going on here with Roman Atwood. But breaking down this video to me was literally a 15-minute video where the first half of the video they talk about how it's so hard to talk about it. Then they give you a few synopsises of what these hackers were doing, which is like, you know, hacker stalkers were doing. And I get it. Scary AF. Absolutely scary. Absolutely. Okay. Myself, obviously, I've been accused of I've been accused of murder. I have people texting me. I get it. The stalker things, and I don't even have any fans. Like, this guy's got 15 million subscribers. So I imagine it's big time amplified. Part of me looks at this vlog and just says, you gave us nothing. You said thank God to the FBI, but then you didn't say anything else. Like, I do not think he's lying. Absolutely don't think so. But playing the devil's advocate for someone who's now starting to really understand how these family vlogs and these vloggers who need drama do this, it sounds to me like, yeah, it might have been a pretty big deal, but at the same time, like, if you're not going to give us information and your fans who are like wondering what happened to you came out and you just said, this is some things that they did, and now we're going to come back, fresh start, can't wait to do more vlogs and document our life. And there was just a whole lot. This is just a big nothing burger as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they told you some things. I know some vloggers that come out and said some crazy things have happened. Some YouTubers have been killed. Like, this is not a joke. I'm not saying it's a joke. I don't think he's faking it, but that was just a whole lot of nothing for me. It feels like, and I could be wrong, and I hope I don't have to apologize for this in the future, it feels like he's just setting up for drama. Like, wait till the next one. We're going to tell you a little bit more. We're going to tell you a little bit more. Like, drawing it out. To me, seems disingenuous to the actual thing that's happening. Now, you came back and you sit on a couch and you tell us that, oh, it's the hardest thing ever. You look like it's fine. All these vloggers who sit down on the couches and tell us how hard it is to say what they're about to say, they seem pretty good at just chilling and saying it. It doesn't seem like it's that hard. That's all I'm saying. Like, it might be, I don't know. I don't know this guy's vlogs. But to me, this was just a little bit like, it's not sitting right. Does that make sense? Like, it's just something else is up. Now, do I believe that this has happened? Yes. Do I believe it's to the level he's saying that it really happened? Like, yes. But threats are different than actual attempts. And I think I was scrolling through his vlogs, and apparently someone went to his house and they have security. This guy has, but hacking and all that stuff, yeah, scary. But at the same time, I feel like my first impression watching this is that this is being padded. 100%. Like, I feel like it's way, like, yeah, it was scary for sure, but I feel like after they've gotten over that initial stuff, that they're like, okay, how do we lay this out to maximize it to our benefit? Which is like, okay, it's your story to tell. I'm not going to hate on you for telling the story way you want it, but it feels like it's being milked, which to me then says that, were you really that scared? And it sounds like all these vloggers talk about how scary these situations are, but then they tell you in superb detail about how all these things went down, and it doesn't sound like they're scared to talk about it at all. This was dragged out. He mentioned it. He repeated himself like 10 times through the whole thing. So, yeah, I think it's real, but at the same time, I feel like they're milking it. And to me, that just already red flag. If you're milking it, red flag. When you start milking a story for views and clout, red flag. And again, his story to tell, whatever the case may be. But I think a lot of people were sending me this video because they want me to draw the distinction between, okay, here's the danger of being a family vlogger, everybody, is that you get to a point where, okay, this is another thing. He didn't tell us why. It is just some random person, because if that's the case, that's even more scary for family vloggers. A rando is just sending you text messages and hacking into your security systems and finding your brand new numbers and doing bomb threats at funerals. Like, that's crazy. If it's a rando, wow. Okay. Now, that, to me, the parallel distinction that people want me to draw now, and you know what it's going to be, is that when you're a family vlogger with children and you document your entire lives for huge amounts of money, this is part and parcel. Comes with the territory. Honestly, the reason I do believe him is because a family vlogger with 15 million subscribers leaving for a year or 6 months or whatever he did, that's a big deal. So yeah, that's why I believe him. But to come back and just do the clickbaity thing doesn't sit well with me. So I'm struggling with this one big time because I don't want to get it wrong. I want to be fair, and I want to say, okay, yeah, definitely happening, but it just feels a little bit icky. But then, yeah, the line has to be drawn here between the idea of putting your family online and the safety of your family. And if it got so bad that they had to leave, coming back, maybe the idea would just sit back and say, okay, do we really want this? And if it's so scary, you know what? I get it that the police have helped you and maybe they've caught the person, and I hope that's the case, and we'll follow the story as it unfolds. But to me, that feels like, okay, the safest thing for me would be, I'm going to find something else to do. Okay, this is happening now. It's going to happen again. Okay, and I feel like in my gut tells me this one just being dramatized a little bit more than it was. But again, then I fight with the idea that he really did go off the internet as far as but I didn't. Anyway, I don't know. I have to see. It looks like they've been on the internet. It doesn't look like they took a whole year off whatsoever. So, and the other thing that makes me think that it's real is that they had a baby, and every family vlogger knows that that's a huge giant ass paycheck. And so they definitely missed out on that. So something is up. Obviously, you have to sit here with me and see this guy. If he is telling the truth, there's two things can be true at once. If he's telling the truth and it's a rando guy or some beef that he has, his family is in danger because of their platform. Not their fault. That's not me victim blaming anybody. Not their fault, obviously. But when you put yourself out there, there is an element of danger that exists in these worlds of family vloggers. There are crazy, creepy ass people out there who are willing to go the distance and to get crazy because they are crazy. If you have 15 million subscribers, we did this with the LeBrants, okay? Of the 5 million subscribers that follow Everly LeBrant, 70% of them are men. And so 70% of the 5 million is what we said was like 3 point something million. You don't think there's some weird, creepy people inside of that population of 3 million adult males? That's scary to me. And so what I'm saying is, yeah, it's not their fault if anything happens, but there has to be some responsibility to, like, okay, if it does happen, you put that out there. It's such a weird place to be because you don't want to victim blame because it's never going to be their fault. But at the same time, it's like you document your entire life. People know where you live. They know everything about you. That to me just screams as a parent that you're not taking the proper precautions, first of all, to protect your kids. Right? You can say all you want, like, oh, you try to, but you're going to be found. This is my problem with this, and this is what I'm wrestling so hard with, is that even for me as a nobody, people can find me, and my kids could be potentially a danger. And so that's me saying, okay, shit, right? I try not to put them on as much as possible. Try to protect their privacy as much, even though they really want to be on this vlog. We went tobogganing tonight on Instagram, and my daughter was like, and I tried not to put them on camera at all. Now I'm seeing the danger of it all. But when you're documenting everything for your vlogs and your family is all about that, I feel like there's a place where, and this is why I'm wrestling with it, is that you just got to be careful. Like, and if this is as scary as they said it was scary, and it sounds like it was, if that happened to me, I'm done on YouTube. I'm disappearing. Because my family, and he said it, his family's safety is more important, my family's safety is more important, and if there was ever one inkling of anything, I'm done. My family comes first. And so it sounds like they solved it, the FBI solved this issue, and that they're like, okay, now we can come back. But it sounds like a lesson could have been learned here, and it absolutely wasn't. So they figured out the solution by arresting this person or whatever happened, and now they're like, now we can get back to the way it was without changing anything that they were doing before. Maybe the idea is to come back as Roman, Atwood, just Roman, and maybe your wife, and then your kids are out of the picture. So that, it's too late now anyway, but that's what I'm saying. There was a lesson to be learned here, and the parallel has been drawn that when you are a popular family vlogger with this much thing, you are your targets, that that is dangerous, right? We live in a world full of, the truth is that there's Plutos, there's predators, there's maps. There are people out there, and I'm going to cover it this week with the exploitation of Abby Moss, that literally think that they're part of your family. Because you say the words, hey, you're part of our family, we love you, welcome. You're part of this. And so people who have mental illnesses, specifically ones that are willing to hurt people or are like prone to being serial killers or child R's, or people who want to hurt people and they don't realize it, a lot of that is mental illness, right? They don't get it. If you research these types of people, they don't they're not there. They're not drawing the same parallels a normal human being would. And so when you are kind of inviting that in by saying that, and so a lot of them think that they're part of your life. And so something went down, and obviously he was super vague about everything, and maybe because his investigation, it sounds like it's over because they're back. So that's why I'm wrestling with this whole thing. I don't know if I made any sense with any of that stuff, but to me there's like a lesson to be learned, a line to be drawn, and it sounds like they didn't learn any of the lesson. And the line that was drawn, the parallel between this danger and not, I feel like at that point it was like, you went off for a year, and maybe it's time to just rethink what you're doing. Family vloggers, if this is not a lesson for you, maybe there's a lesson here for family vloggers in general. If this happened to Roman Atwood, I'm sure it's happening to Ace Family, LeBrant's. They're probably getting a ton of threats. They just don't talk about it because who wants to talk about that? Because people are going to be like, okay, get your shit off the internet because it's dangerous for your kids. Do you think that the LeBrant's, Ace Family, large family vlogs don't get death threats? They absolutely get threats all the time. So I do, and I'm a nobody. So, and I don't have a family vlog, but I'm just saying there's something to be said here is that they keep that stuff hidden because they don't want to tell you about it, because people would be uncomfortable with the fact that they're ingesting that material that could potentially get your kids hurt. Remember what I said early on. Why do we have to wait until something seriously bad happens before we change this? Before we change the protections for our kids? Roman apparently came super close to that. Right? Didn't sound like they got really close, like no one took their kids, or they might have saw someone honk their horn or whatever by their house, but they were hacking into their systems and stuff. That's dangerous as shit, right? Again, why are we waiting until something actually happens, not just threats? That's the scariest part about this whole thing. But I have to come back to the beginning of this video. Content. The content they create from this, the millions of views they get from this, the hundreds of thousands of dollars they make from this matters. You have to put that into consideration. That you have to put that into play here. He didn't tell us anything at this vlog. Basically, a couple of things they did and then said, maybe we'll do another one, and they'll do another one. And they're going to milk the shit out of this. That's where it hits me. That's where it's getting me to be like, you know? But at the same time, I'm bouncing back and forth in this because I tend to do these ones where my gut is confused. Does that make sense? It's like I just ate Taco Bell. So I'm confused on this one, but I'm definitely, my gut is saying what it's saying to you guys is that this is being drawn out and it is being milked and there's no lesson learned here, right? You're already wealthy. I feel like get your money, go keep your family safe. Do something else. Or just vlog yourself or do something. I'm sure there's other things you can do when you have millions of dollars. Like these families have millions and millions and millions of dollars. Go buy a business, go do something else. I feel like the family vlogging world, we're getting to a point where it's not just going to be a vlogger coming out next time and saying, oh, you know, this could have been this way. And thank God the FBI, because the next time it's going to be, you know, a tweet, an Instagram, my kid's missing. I need everybody. There's going to be alerts. There's going to be people come help me find my child. They're gone. That's what's going to happen. Okay. And it gives me shivers just thinking about that. It literally gives me the creeps, and I get like shivers thinking about the idea that somewhere down the road, even a family vlogger I've talked about, this is going to happen to them. And it gives me utter like chills to think that that could happen. And I would absolutely help and try to figure out, but again, I don't ever want that to be the case, and I don't want us to wait till that gets to that level. This vlog proves that there are people out there willing to go the extra mile to hurt somebody. So do yourself a favor and don't just assume that getting cameras are going to protect you, because clearly it's not. They hacked into those. Drop your P.O. boxes, family vloggers. These guys can be sitting right outside your P.O. box waiting for you to show up. There's so many ways these guys can find you. It's so easy to find these family vloggers. I know where all of them live because people send me their addresses. I don't dox them myself. I would never, ever, ever dox anybody. But it's so easy to find out where Bits of Brie is staying in Hawaii right now. 10 people sent me the listing. It's crazy. I know where Kendall lives. I know where everybody lives. People know where I live. They've sent me my address. There are people out there who can find you like that. And when you're putting your entire life on the internet and you're inviting people into your living room, into your family, like they're part of it, you're opening yourself up to crazy people and to people who are not all there, who will do what it takes to possibly become part of your family or to want the attention from because you're famous. Imagine a serial killer out there, and I hate to say this is like, please don't ever let this be, I don't want to speak this into existence, but serial killers a lot of them do what they do for the fame. And so when if they want to target someone famous, it's going to raise their, it's going to raise their platform. This is such a weird place and a weird thing to be talking about, but basically the fundamental idea of what I'm doing here is to protect your kids, right? The idea is to protect your kids. Get them off this platform so nobody can know who they are. Because in the end, these people are being targeted. That person could be targeting any family vlog. And when you come back and just say, now we can get back to the way it was before, I feel like you missed something. I feel like you missed something really important there. And then you say your family's the most important thing and their safety is, but then you're just back doing the same thing. So, I don't know. I'm really confused on this topic because I feel like Roman's probably a really cool dude, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like him and I are really similar dads, playing with tech and the fun toys and living life. I get that. Like, I feel like in my gut, he's a super cool dude, but 12 years of vlogging has conditioned him to be a vlogger. And no longer do you live your life normally through the eyes of a normal person, but you live your life through the eyes of a vlogger and content creator. And how can you make the next video, right? So I hope this isn't fake. That's all I'm going to say here. I honestly, truly believe at this moment right now, my gut is telling me real, but not to the level he's saying. Levels of threats are crazy. Yes, should never happen. Yes. But I hope he comes out with a story soon and tells us about how this went down, the person's arrested in jail, and how to protect yourself more for these people who are watching and family vloggers. That's what I'm hoping for next. So, I hope that's what you guys are looking for here, because that was my impression. So, yeah, I hope you guys are protecting the kids around you and being really careful with what you're putting online. I think this next venture as parenthood comes into 2021 and the next 20 years is going to be all about privacy. That privacy is this thing that our kids don't have anymore. And I think the next generation are going to value their privacy so much. Like our kids, they're not going to be taking pictures of kids like we take pictures of our kids and put them online. I think it's going to be a whole different world coming up soon. And it's a really important thing we need to talk about. So, just for privacy, safety, and all that kind of stuff. And just having the idea of like privacy now is such a commodity. Those who have privacy, it's rare to find someone with privacy. Very rare. That's a commodity. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been kind of eye-opening. I don't know. Tell me what you think below in the comments. Have I missed something? Am I way off on this? If people who know more about Roman, let me know if I'm hitting the mark at all, anything I'm saying, just basically on my gut and what my first impressions are. But know your worth and know your value. And thank you for joining this conversation and being here with me and spreading this word, because this is important. What we're doing here is really important. And that makes you very valuable and really cool. And like, look at you. You're so hot right now. Your husband's like looking at you when you're walking out, smacking your butt. It's great. Do me a favor. Smack your husband's ass really hard. And the kid's like, really hard, like, just crush it. See what he does. And then wink at him. Anyway, don't do that. That's abuse. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Guys, go follow me on Instagram. It's how I grow my voice. My platform helps us to get this message out. And I really appreciate you. And I think you're incredible. You're my therapy. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, or don't. I don't care. But I will see you probably tomorrow or something. We'll see you.